Hello, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to F1 Manager, and welcome to a 4th season of Maserati. Yes, we are about to start the 2028 season here today, and we're going for a 19-race calendar again, but the season opener is in Monaco of all places. So we're starting this 2028 season in Monaco, and if you were here last time out, then it was absolute heartbreak at the end of 2027 when Kimi Antonelli leading the Drivers' Championship, and right at the end there in Brazil, the final race, had a 7-point margin. Leading that race, Max Verstappen, the man 7 points back, went into the side of him, spun Kimi Antonelli out to the side of the track. Kimi rejoined in 4th, Max rejoined in 1st, and that was enough to seal the championship. So highly controversial, as Max sealed the championship last time out then in 2027. So that means we've had 3 different drivers become champions in this series. First year was George Russell, then we've had Lando Norris, and then last year Max Verstappen became a 5-time world champion. So hopefully we're going to get a 4th different drivers champion here in 2028, and hopefully it'll be one of our drivers, which is Kimi Antonelli for this season yet again. But he's got a new teammate in Charles Leclerc. So Franco didn't put up too much of a fight, but hopefully Charles Leclerc is going to give him a fight. OP Joe, hello buddy, how's it going? Hope you're well. And as I say, we start this 2028 season in an odd place in Monaco. So we've gone European season first this time around. So we've got Monaco, and then we're going back-to-back in Italy. We're going Monza and Imola, the first 3 races of this season. And Monaco has been very kind to us. I think it might give us our first points in this series with Zane Maloney, maybe a P6 if I remember correctly in 2025. And then Kimi Antonelli has won there in 2026 and 2027. Can he make it 3 years in a row in Monaco? He's going with a 1-stopper, which is normally the best way to go around here. He's starting 3rd. He's going medium and hard. Trying something different with Charles, and the hope here, 2-stopper, always a bit risky around Monaco, of course. We kind of made it work with, was it Franco last year? What I'm trying to do with Charles is use that soft tire, get him to the front and try and push a gap and find a pit stop gap. So trying a different strategy. I like to mix it up because it makes it a little bit more interesting to watch as well, because if we went for the same strategy, especially around Monaco, these two would just be following each other around the whole race. So that's not going to be the case today. So first race of 2028. Let's see how we go then, as we start in 3rd with Kimi Antonelli, and his new teammate outqualifies him for the first race, as Charles Leclerc in his home race starts P2. And hope you're all doing well. Hope you've had a good start to the week.
Out by the teams, and it won't be long until we get this race underway.
But let's see how we go then.
I suspect we're here and the streets are abuzz at the Monaco Grand Prix.
And as you can see, it is a Red Bull on pole, so it looks like Red Bull still have the pace as Max, the reigning champion, gets us underway here. Can Charles Leclerc take the fight to him on this opening corner? No, because Kimi Antonelli is going to squeeze past him, and we've got a yellow flag. Don't quite know what's happening. Looks to be a Ferrari there. Leclerc is just about holding on. I don't really want Kimi to fight him here because they're on opposing strategies. And he's not going to. That's good. Who had a lock-up there? Didn't get a replay of that, did we? No, we didn't. So Max Verstappen gets us underway from pole and still leads, and as you were for the top 4, Verstappen, Leclerc, Antonelli and Lawson. Chaos on lap 1, below by 5 round Spa. Good stuff, OP Joe. Right, so Leclerc's strategy is a 2-stopper, stopping first on lap 21. Antonelli a 1-stopper, and he's going to stop on lap 41. And what's going to be the pecking order? Obviously a new season here today for us, 2028, so it might shake up the order a bit. On a 2-stopper around Monaco is so risky. Yeah, it is. It is. I like to try and mix it up a bit. And DRS is enabled. Lawson just about holding on to us. Lamoni, thanks for the follow, much appreciated. I have read your messages, OP Joe. I just read your chaos on that one, buddy. Right, so Make Stuardo, thanks for the follow. Probably butchering that, but much appreciated. Hope you're doing well. Right, so Antonelli, I want to ease off these tyres a little bit. Keep him pushing on the battery for now. Right, can Charles have an attack on Verstappen? Verstappen's on the hard tyres. We haven't even looked at tyres. Verstappen on the hards. Leclerc, the only one on the softs. So, can we do something here? To make this two-stopper work, we've got to get past Max and start pulling a gap on him. And is this a chance to move into the lead of this race? On an exit of Max Kit. He gets a pretty good exit, but we've got DRS. We're using some battery. Can we go inside? Oh, it's not going to find a way through there. Yeah, we really need to try and get past Max here, don't we?
Copy.
We'll just top up through here. James, hello, buddy. Been a while. What season you're on? We're on the 4th season. We're in 2028 now, buddy. So, yeah, it looks like Red Bull haven't lost any pace in the winter break. Anyway, they look pretty quick still. But we're going to have to... I mean, there is a gap opening up already from Ollie Behrman, P7. So the pit loss here is 21 seconds. So that's kind of a gap already that looks to be pretty nice. But yeah, Leclerc hasn't got blistering pace on Max at the moment. I think he's going to be too far back to try and make a move here as well. Yeah, nothing doing there. But now we're all over Max at the top of the hill. So Max on the hards, I say Leclerc softs, Antonelli mediums, mixture of medium and hard. So most of the grid you'd think are going for the one stop here. What's the plan on pit strat? We're one stop with Antonelli, medium still lap 41, then hards, but we're trying something a bit bold and crazy, some might say, around Monaco, trying a two-stopper with Charles Leclerc. Right, let's just push this battery again.
Okay.
And the livery we're running this year was the livery we ran in Monaco as a special livery last year, but it's going to be the main livery all year this year. A few subtle changes, mostly sponsorship, as Adidas or Adidas, however you want to call them, is our main sponsor. Right, have we got an opportunity to get past Max here? We look a little bit closer than we were the first time we attempted this. Going to try outside. It looks to be closing off, though, and it is. This is Monaco, and overtaking is very difficult. You can, on the game, get a chance, though, up the hill into turn 1 here. And we're having a look up turn 1. I said there's a chance, and there we go. Charles Leclerc has made it work, and he's into P1, and that's key for his strategy today. Leclerc now leads, Verstappen second, Antonelli third. I'll just use a bit of battery with Antonelli as well. Let's keep using the battery of Leclerc.
Try to do your best with the lift off at the moment.
Now, I haven't got enough pace in these tyres to pull a gap on Max. It's up to nearly a second. Charles really needs to try and break that DRS, and he's just about done it, but the battery is nearly gone by doing it. Still, we have to keep on it, though. It's about 1.1. Max is still going to get a slipstream, so Max won't get the DRS, but he will get a slipstream. And there he goes. He's used a bit of battery out of that corner as well. But Antonelli's caught back up. That's good for us. Smaller Fly, hello, buddy. How's it going? Hope you're well. And there's a 3-second gap now opened up to Lawson. Behrman's dropped 5 seconds. So Leclerc's now got a 12-second gap there. So we only need to find another 8 seconds, and we've got that gap that we needed. So this is not too bad for Leclerc early on here. Not too bad at all. We'll go always defensive with him. Pretty good, thanks. That's the race. The race is going well so far. Early days, but going well. Thank you. Right, Leclerc, not broken the DRS.
Yeah, copy.
But as I say, this is working well. Just bear with me 2 minutes.
Copy that. What's happened? I had a delivery at the door, and I've come back to a virtual safety car. What has happened here? And K-Mag has lost it, and that's going to be a virtual safety car. And there we go. We'll just settle everything down. Yeah, copy.
Yeah, that's just a replay of him retired then. So, yeah, this is fine. Too early, really, for Leclerc to stop. So we just need a forward on chat. Wait for this safety car to end, then we get back going again. Malu, thanks for the follow. Much appreciated. Hope you're well. As virtual safety car is ending then.
VSC ending.
That's pretty handy for us because that's giving us a nice bit of battery back for especially Leclerc.
We can try to catch up. DRS enable.
So Max in the RB is out of the race. Leclerc leads. We're due to stop lap 21. Can we push this DRS gap now on Max Verstappen? Has DRS still, of course, after a virtual. So he stays with us for now.
Okay, fine.
Lawson is really dropping back, isn't he? 6 seconds off this. So, could even be a gap to him if this pace continues. As I say, just a reminder, we are 2 stopping with Leclerc. Smooth operator, yes indeed. Although the smooth operator is not doing too well here today in Carlos Sainz, P11 for Aston Martin. Right, can Leclerc break this DRS gap to Verstappen? It's not easy, is it, to do it? And Antonelli is very much staying in the fight.
Yeah, copy.
You can slow down a bit more.
Copy.
Antonelli sets a fast lap of the race. Yeah, Leclerc just can't pull away from Verstappen at the moment. The DRS is strong, and it's hard to get out of the DRS here. We'll keep pushing though on this battery for another lap. Max got good tyre life as well on those hards. It's now 17 seconds to Behrman, so we want to get a 21-second gap. We've got 10 more laps to do it, so I think Leclerc is going to build the gap we need to come out and try and make this 2-stop work. When was this race? It's right now. because it's not real F1, it's F1 Manager. Hello from Kiev. Hello. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for dropping in. And don't forget, if you are dropping in the stream, you haven't already, do me a massive favor and spam that like button. Super appreciated and really does help me out. And of course, if you don't already, do follow or subscribe. So yeah, Max, the reigning world champion here. We're in 2028. He won the championship last year and he's starting off pretty pacey here. Charles Leclerc, it's his first race for Maserati today. And he's trying to win his home race. But he's on a two-stopper, and his teammate Antonelli and Verstappen are very much on a one-stopper here. The two-stopper can work around Monaco if, and it's a big if around Monaco, if you can get away with no traffic. And he's got a chance, Leclerc, because the pit loss here, the pit loss is 21 seconds. And we have now got a gap of 18 seconds to Behrman in P7. So we could open up a nice little gap there to Ollie Behrman. I say Lawson's pace is not good in the other Red Bull. So well, 9 laps. Could we open up 21 seconds in 9 laps to Lawson? Probably not. But yeah, this two-stopper might work with Leclerc. In reality, the two-stopper, if you had no traffic whatsoever, the two-stopper would be quicker. Typically, it's not quicker around Monaco because you get stuck in traffic. And that absolutely kills your race. So, Leclerc, if he gets lucky with no traffic, he's got a great chance of winning. If he gets traffic, then the advantage goes to his teammate and Max Verstappen. But it looks like it's between these three to win this race because Lawson is now 9.3 off the base. Can Kimi get past? He's closing. Yeah, I'm just trying to reserve a bit of pace for Kimi sitting there. I'll get Kimi on the full attack once we get Leclerc in for his stop. Gap still 18.2 to Behrman, so that needs to increase a little bit. Just wonder if those tyres will start to come back to the rest of the grid. Destiny, thanks for the follow, super appreciated. Hope you're well. Yeah, Leclerc's tyres are going to start to degrade now. Problem is with Antonelli, we could push and try and get him past Verstappen, but it's going to be near on impossible whilst Max has got DRS. It's going to be near enough impossible to get past Verstappen, but what we can do is we can try up the hill here.
The gap as much as possible.
This is where Leclerc got him. Can Antonelli try one? No, he can't.
Level of management is okay.
That's really the only place he's going to get him, I think. Gap extending to Behrman now to 19 seconds. That's good.
Copy.
Tyre life, Verstappen down to 81% on his hards. Antonelli 78% on his mediums. Haas, who haven't scored a point for... I don't know if they've not scored a point in our whole series. They certainly haven't the last 2 years, in 2026 and 2027. Looks like they're starting off with a poor car again this year. The running order looks to be... both Maserati and Red Bull look good. Then the McLarens. And then it's a real mixture in here. But our old teammate... Franco Colapinto now drives for Mercedes this year, and he's in the points for his first race so far. Sophia, thanks for the follow on my career 5 cars for M1 crash. Wow, that is carnage.
We should try to close a bit more the gap there.
Yeah, the problem is it's just Max is getting a slipstream. He's getting DRS on the start-finish straight, and then he's getting a nice slipstream here, so it's difficult for Antonelli to find a pass, I think. Need to save Antonelli's pace for when Leclerc pits. Star, thanks for the follow. And so if you're jumping in, you haven't already, do smash that like button. So Leclerc's going to pit lap 21. Love your livery, by the way. Thank you. Yes, we ran this livery as a special in Monaco last year, but we're going to run it for the whole of this 2028 season. And what is the gap to Behrman? It's now at that 21 seconds. I think we've built the pit stop gap we needed to Ollie Behrman. So this has worked out. A lovely first stint so far for Charles Leclerc. Exactly what he needed to do.
Okay.
And hopefully, as long as we can defend against Max into turn... Normally, if you can defend into turn 1 and then up here on the game, then normally you'll survive the lap. I just want to forward on chat and try and get to our first pit stop with Leclerc. So I don't think much is going to happen before then. And here comes Max having a bigger look there on the inside, but nothing doing again. And Antonelli, we're just topping up the battery, just sitting in the background. Gap to Behrman, 22 seconds, so that is very nice. Leclerc is driving for us in a Maserati. How long did the logo take? Took about half an hour, I think, something around that. I'll have hands up, thanks for the follow. Shritse, thanks for the follows, much appreciated. So lap 21 we're due to stop, so I'm just thinking if the gap is... We have a 20-second pit stop, we're only going to be 5 seconds behind Norris, Piastri and Lawson, so that's where our traffic is going to come, isn't it? Yeah, that's where our traffic is going to be. So he's still going to have some traffic, I think. Is Charles Leclerc. But yeah, Max using quite a bit of that hard. Considering Antonelli's on a medium, he's got 3% better tyre life only as Max. Can he find a move into the left-hander up the hill? Say there is a chance that you can get past here, and Max is trying to do just that.
Copy that.
Oh, but Leclerc, that is bold to try and send up the inside there. And that's a long way around the outside there, though. Not sure we can stay in that fight. Leclerc is trying to stay in it, though. Leclerc really doesn't want to give this up against Max Verstappen. Not through the tunnel side by side, surely. They are side by side through the tunnel. Leclerc doesn't want to lose the lead, and he's not lost the lead. I don't know how we've held on to that. That is some driving from Charles Leclerc to remain in B1. And wow. And we've got another 2 laps until we need to stop. But yeah, his tyres are degrading, so Max is going to get a chance. Most laps now.
Good. Yeah, copy.
And that's our battery gone. He might even come in this lap, you know. Come in a couple of laps earlier. The tyres, we've pushed the tyres hard. Yeah, I think we come in this lap. Max P1, Nini, thanks for the follow, much appreciated. Yeah, I'm going to bring Leclerc in at the end of this lap. So he's going to have a tyre delta of near enough 40% to Norris and about 30% to Piastri and Lawson. Is that going to be enough to get past them quickly around Monaco? These moves are going to kill, either make or kill Leclerc's race. How quickly he can get past Norris, Piastri and Lawson. Are either of them in a DRS train to one another? No, but Piastri is close to Lawson. That will really, yeah, that's going to kill it really, Piastri there. 60. I'm going to cancel this stop. I'm going to cancel the stop. I want to see what the pace is like. See if we can get 20 seconds to Lando at least. Max, we know, is going to have a good chance of getting past us though, because we've used all our battery now. We are on defend, and we are defending. But again, Max will have a chance up here, as we saw, and we haven't got the battery to really come back at him this time. I don't think he's close enough this time, though. He's not.
Copy that.
So gap to Lando is 17.5. Shouldn't be a chance to overtake until the start-finish straight now. But will it continue to rise with Lando? Because our tyres are... yeah, so it's going
Yeah,
up
copy.
ever so slightly. So, yeah, I think we do need to stop. We're going to have to just go for it.
And box this lap.
Bren and Sedan, thanks for the follows. Much appreciated. All right, let's get Leclerc in then. The only problem is I think we're going to come out very close to Lando Norris. First stop of 2028. Can we still be a sub 2 second? We're first team in the pit lane now, of course, as well. And it's under 2 seconds to start off the year. That is very nice. So here's Liam Lawson and Oscar Piastri. We've still got to trundle down this pit lane yet. We might be out ahead of Norris here. Oh, that's going to be tight, isn't it? We do cut this first corner, though. It's going to be very close. No, Lando's just going to get past us then. Lando just gets past us. And now Leclerc. Just got to try and get past Lando Norris then. And Antonelli. Close on Max Verstappen, so we've got a couple potential moves here.
You're okay.
All right, Antonelli, DRS. He's too far away. Yes, he is. What about Leclerc here? How close can he get to Lando?
Copy.
Sophia, Sharon, Lizzie, no one. Thanks for the follows. Much appreciated. DRS then. Battery. I don't think there's room around there, though, is there? And this is what can kill the race round Monaco. We've got to try and send it on the inside somewhere here, Charles. And he's not going to. He's not going to. Right, I'm going to be back in 2 minutes, chat. You're in charge.
Copy.
Hopefully no crashing. Hopefully Leclerc gets past him. I'll be back in 2 minutes.
I'm too slow.
I'm multitasking away here. Right, how are we doing? Anthony still P2. Well, he's dropped off Verstappen quite a bit, hasn't he? Well, let's use a bit of this pace then with Kimi Antonelli.
Overtake available.
We can't really attack too hard on the tyres, to be fair.
Okay to push some tires.
This is the problem, though, with Leclerc. Can he find a move there? No, he can't. Leclerc has got to get past Lando. There's any chance of this two-stopper working, we've got to clear Lando Norris. Come on, Charles. Got to be brave up here. Got to be brave out of here. This looks better. There's a gap now.
Copy.
There's a gap now. Charles Leclerc around the outside of Lando Norris. And he's going to get it done. Charles Leclerc then into P5. And hopefully he can now close the gap to Lawson. So it's currently 6 seconds. Lawson and Piastri have got... Well, Lawson's got DRS on Piastri. So that will be problematic. Antonelli is starting to close back up to Max Verstappen, which is a positive. Anto, Crater, thanks for the follows. Much appreciated. This is not real. This is F1 Manager 24. And if you're jumping in for the first time, do follow or subscribe and make sure to smash that like button as Antonelli chases down Verstappen on a one-stopper. Leclerc, P5, now chasing down Lawson. Right, Antonelli, 1.4. Yeah, Leclerc's definitely bringing that gap down, which is nice. How far is Leclerc off the lead, though? 21 seconds. We've got to get that to under 20 seconds.
Try to slow down a bit.
Antonelli is very much nearly back into the DRS of Max Verstappen here.
Use overtake.
Copy.
And by next lap, we should very much be in the DRS. Choose a battery out of here. Hopefully, it'll be enough to push him there. Yes, within a second, and we'll get a slipstream up the hill now. So, Verstappen leads. Antonelli second. Leclerc fifth, but he is closing on Lawson pretty quickly now. He's within 3 seconds now of Liam Lawson. Sorry, chat. My door keeps going. I'm being distracted. Right, where are we? Antonelli. He's very much on Verstappen. And Leclerc is nearly with Lawson, isn't he now? He's within 20 seconds to Verstappen as well, which is good.
Update.
And Morella, thanks for the follow. Much appreciated. Right, Antonelli, should we have a little go? Should we have a little
Try to close
go
the
on
gap
Max Verstappen? I think we should. I think we should. How close can we be coming out of here? Need good traction, good exit. Max got a good exit, but now we're gaining. Is there space around the outside? No, there's not. But you can, as I say, up the hill on the left-hander. Always sneaking in there. Can we have a go down the inside? No, Max closes off.
I am right.
Can't quite make it work.
No problem, no problem.
Leclerc, though, has got DRS on Lawson, but he can't make
Try
it
to
work
pull down a
either.
bit more on your tires.
Copy.
And this could really kill his race because can he do anything in there? No, he can't. Where's Hamilton? This is not real. This is F1 Manager, and we're in 2028, so no Lewis Hamilton in 2028. But yeah, Leclerc. This was always going to be the problem. This traffic here. I mean, the benefit is the second stop, he will be clear of them. He should be anyway. Oh, is he going to send one here? This would be lovely from Leclerc. I don't think he's going to be close enough, though, is he? How close are we? Are we side by side? No, we're still behind Liam Lawson. That was a chance.
I cannot get much closer.
Come on, Charles. Keep in there. Keep in there, Charles, baby. Lawson's got no DRS. We haven't got much battery to talk of. Gotta hope we can get a good exit. DRS open. I think we're too far.
Copy.
Oh, no, chap.
Copy. Yeah, copy.
Lawson down to 39%. We just cannot get past him. I might try out the tunnel again because we look to have a nice pace out of there. As we've got some pit stops behind us. Sergio Perez driving Ferrari here in 2028. Tanaka, thanks for the follow. Much appreciated. Can we use some battery? Can we try out here? He got close, didn't he, before when we weren't really pushing for it there. Has to lift. Oh, come on. Lawson all over the racetrack. Now we send it. Now we send it. Come on, Charles. And I think this time Charles has got it done. That's what we needed. Alright, he's past Lawson. But he is now 20 seconds off the race lead again. Had a bit of traffic there. We're already lapping Maloney in the Haas. Yeah, straight away Leclerc can get up to Oscar Piastri. We just have to harvest through this first corner.
Copy.
Pop up a bit through there.
Yeah, copy.
Hopefully Lawson doesn't send one on us. We really don't want that. Aggro? No, he's fine. He's too far back. Oh, we've got another piece of track. Mick Schumacher now getting out of the way. He's out of the way nicely of Verstappen, and he's out of the way of Antonelli quite nicely as well. So the leader's pace has been so good that we're already lapping here. Alright, Leclerc is already arriving on Oscar Piastri. Still 20 seconds off the lead of this race, though. Piastri down to 50% hards.
Okay.
So this is where we need a real good exit on that final corner. To get past the Australian. Couple of car lengths. We need to be a little bit closer. This is good. Pull out early. Pull out early. Yes, I like it. I like it, Charles. The Monegas man at home is moving past Oscar Piastri. Yes, he is. And Charles has done it then. Didn't take him long at all to get past Piastri. Oh. And now his strategy can come into play. He's got clean air. And it's time for Charles Leclerc to push down the road.
Copy.
As Sainz and the Aston Martin pitting further down the grid. Right, Antonelli, we push right back up to Verstappen. 38%. So when's our pit stop? Lap 41. Still another 9 laps on this stint.
Okay.
Carol, thanks for the follow. Much appreciated.
Copy.
No, I'm gonna take now.
Dang, that's a nice move. Yes, good move from Charles on Piastri. Took him a little bit longer than we wanted on Lawson. But Leclerc, you see the gap coming down now. It's now 17 seconds to his teammate. As the RB of Mick Schumacher looks to be holding on to our tail pretty well there. This makes me want to watch last year's Monaco race. Get it done.
Oh yeah, so we've got quite a bit of traffic because Maloney hadn't pit to be fair, but Mick Schumacher, who just lapped, has already stopped, and we haven't, of course. But let's look at the last lap then. Leclerc, yeah, going second and a half quicker than Verstappen, 2 seconds quicker than his teammate. Leclerc does need to stop again though. So he really needs to be closing that gap. Very quickly does Charles. But Antonelli, we have to manage this tyre as we are, and Max is starting to pull a gap, so I'm not sure we've quite got the pace on Max Verstappen. And Mick Schumacher, this is now hurting his race because he's on fresh hards. He really needs to be unlapping himself, but I don't think he's going to do that. As Max is getting past Perez. So yeah, Perez in a Ferrari this year. The only changes in 2028, if you've been watching our series, is that Perez has moved from the Mercedes to Ferrari. Charles Leclerc has moved from the Ferrari to Maserati, and Colapinto has moved from the Maserati to Mercedes. So 3 changes, no new drivers on the grid, and 3 have had a change on the grid, if that makes sense. So Perez from from Mercedes to Ferrari, Charles from Ferrari to Maserati, and Franco from Mercedes to from Maserati to Mercedes. Sorry, as Norris is into the pits. Nice clean stop from McLaren. What it does mean is the leaders have got a nice open gap, and Leclerc, I think Max got the pace here today. I think we're on for a second and third at this rate. Unless Max is really pushing for an in-lap. But yeah, it might get close between Charles and Antonelli. I'm not sure. It's 15 seconds. They're on a net pit stop now, so we'll see on that. But really, at this stage, if you're jumping in for the first time, we stream this every Tuesday and Friday. So if you want more of this, do subscribe or follow, and we'll be back on Friday for what will be race 2 of this 2028 season. But yeah, if you're watching for the first time, we do watch a lot of the track action that you would have seen for the first 35 laps here. But we are just going to forward on, because Antonelli needs to come in lap 41. He's 3 seconds off Max, so not much is going to change before then. So let's just forward on as Lawson pits now. Yellow flag, we've got a crash. We've got Bortoletto and Pourchaire. They're both running, but there's no safety car. That would have really probably killed things for Charles. Charles does not want a safety car at this stage of the race. Oh yeah, that's just a lock-up and into the side, so a bit of damage.
I don't know what is this did, man.
Gotta say, that's Gabriel Bortoletto's fault in the Mercedes. Locks up, hits the side of the Alpine Pourchaire. They've both got damage, so yellow flag is cleared. Leclerc's pace is really moving along nicely now, because Max and Antonelli coming to the end of their tyre life. And Mick is still behind Antonelli there. So lap 41 we're trying to get to, as Bortoletto gets a penalty then for that incident. And they both need to pit. Are they retiring? No, they're both changing their damaged parts, which looks to be just major front wing damage by the looks of it. And they're both back out. Late registration and Lisa, thanks for the follows. Much appreciated. Hope you're doing well. Hey, Leclerc now within 10 seconds of the leaders. And he's on a net pit stop with them now, so they'll extend that gap, and then he'll have a chance at the end. But he should have clean air all the way at the end of this race, so it shouldn't be the same circumstance as earlier. It's only 2 seconds to Max. How long will Max stay out? He's on those hards, of course. Got another yellow flag. I'm really worried we'll get a safety cars. Ocon and Perez.
Not totally sure what's happening.
Perez has crashed. He's already stopped. So Perez is having to make a second stop here. Oh, he's just drifted. Just drifted out wide.
That's where they hit the wall.
Clips the wall, and he's going to jump straight into the pits. For a front wing change, no doubt. Yeah, safety car now for Leclerc. Well, I guess, actually, he could bolt on some hards and go to the end, and he would still be P3 and on the same strategy as his teammate, but Leclerc would want a safety car around lap 45, between lap 45 and 48 to be perfect for him. Antonelli wants the safety car now. That would work perfectly for him, as it would for Max. But now Leclerc just 8 seconds off his teammate. And that gap is going to come down even more. But Antonelli and Verstappen will eat into that gap as soon as they stop, because they'll be on fresh tyres, of course. And we're a couple of laps away now for Antonelli. And we're going to go next lap to get Kimi in. What's his tyre life down to as Behrman's into the pits? 36%. Let's just go aggressive on this final
Try
in-lap.
to push as much as possible now.
And Leclerc now having 5 seconds, so... Because, yeah, Piastri's not stopped. So if you look at the gap Leclerc's now got behind him, he's got... Even on Lawson, he's got 38 seconds to Lawson. So, yeah, Leclerc's second stop, he's going to come out in clean air. So we're not going to encounter the problems we did last time, where we had a good 4 or 5 laps of traffic. So Leclerc is still very much in this. He'll be chasing down Max and his teammate at the end, though. It's whether he can close that gap and then get the overtaking done or not. But Antonelli's going to come in at the end of this lap then. Lap 41 of 78, halfway through this one. First race of the 2028 season, this one. Max Verstappen won the championship last year. We've had 3 different winners since we started this series. Russell in 25, Lando in 26, Max in 27 to become a 5-time world champion. And we get one of our drivers to win it in our 4th season. We are the Constructors Champions. We won that last year. And therefore, we are the first garage in the pit lane, which we will see now as Kimi Antonelli makes his first and hopefully only stop of this race. And he should be comfortably out in P3. It's a 2.2 second stop. But Piastri is miles back, so as I say, should be comfortably clear there in P3. And Leclerc, next stops is lap 48. He's got a little bit of pace as Leclerc, so we may as well use that as well. And there we go, Antonelli then. On his way. And that is the Haas of Ocon behind him. And that is Antonelli now to the end of this race. So he will also be an undercut on Verstappen, because we're in before Verstappen. So might get a couple laps of an undercut here, which will help. Gasly into the pit. So who's yet to pit? Verstappen, Piastri and Colapinto, our ex-teammate now. But let's just push on till Max has stopped. Leclerc within 5 seconds of this lead now. Now within 4 seconds. I think Max had a bit of traffic there, did he? Where is Max on the... Yeah, we can see
Tires
that.
are on target.
He's just had to get past Tsunoda. Mick Schumacher has stayed. Yeah, he's got past Tsunoda and Franco Colapinto by the looks of it. Is Max going to come in at the end of this lap? Let's have a look. No, he doesn't. Max is going for another lap. So Leclerc has got to get past this traffic now, though. Obviously, it is lap traffic, so they are obliged to get out of the way, but we know that's not always the case on F1 Manager. I think Verstappen is getting close to his stop, though. He seems to be pushing on this lap towards the end of this stint. Yes, and he is in. He was pushing on his in-lap. So Max Verstappen stops, your race leader. Where is he going to come out? Well, I think we know it's going to be P3, but how far behind Antonelli will he be? Well, we think he's going to be P3. Is Antonelli getting the jump on him or not, actually? The gap wasn't... I don't know if he will, actually. It's going to be tight. It's going to be tight. There is Verstappen. There is Antonelli. And Antonelli will lead the race then. So Antonelli leads, and that is crucial around Monaco.
Try to stay ahead.
He's got track position. So that undercut has worked. We've got 3 seconds on Verstappen and track position. And Leclerc is about two laps away now from his final stop. Verstappen is on the medium tyres. Who are we catching here? Mick Schumacher and co still, aren't we? Yeah, so we've got a 13-second lead here. Evie, thanks for the follow. Much appreciated.
Yeah, copy.
Worrying if these softs are going to work at the end or not. I don't think we've got another set of mediums. We haven't. We have got a set of hards, but... FX Soul, thanks for the follow. Yeah, the soft will work, but he's not going to have much of a tyre delta on them, is he? He's only going to have 3-4% on Verstappen. And he's going to be about 10 seconds behind. About 7 seconds. So will the softs work for Leclerc or not? I'm not sure it will. I think they'll degrade pretty quickly. At the moment, it's looking pretty good for Kimi Antonelli. Kimi Antonelli has got his old pal from last year. A hell of a title battle with Max Verstappen last year. And he's got him all over his rear wing here. By the hards, I would go, yeah. The hards might be the way to go. What is this traffic going to do?
Overtake available.
Copy.
Traffic not getting out of the way, is it?
More charge, more charge.
Copy.
What is this traffic doing? Hadjar. Isaac Hadjar in the Alpine is not moving here. And that is not helping Kimi Antonelli at all. Yeah, I'm going to go next lap. I'm going to go next lap and I'm going to switch to the hards. I just feel the softs are not going to give him enough margin to push. Kian Vero, thanks for the follows. Antonelli. Isaac Hadjar out of the way. Oh, now we've got Teo Porcher. Did we get DRS on him? No, we didn't. So Max is going to be all over us again.
No overtake.
Copy.
Mode charge. Mode charge.
Copy.
Stroll is developing a mechanical fault on the first race of the season. That's not good. So Leclerc's going to come out about 10 seconds behind these guys. Is he going to have enough pace to close? That's the thing. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's lovely, Teo. Teo has just let us past and he's put on the brakes and Max is stuck behind him still. I think finally he's released him, but that's nice. That gives Antonelli a little breathing space for now. Scott and Araceli, sorry if I'm butchering that. Thanks for the follows. So yeah, Leclerc is going to come out on fresh hards. He's going to have 10% tyre margin on his teammate. Yeah, about 10% on them both. But he's got 10 seconds to find. Is he not? Oh, he's pitting next lap then. Okay, fair enough. That's going to be less than 10 seconds. I thought we were in at the end of that lap. So it's going to be a little more than 10 seconds, I'd imagine. But yeah, he's got about 10 to 15% tyre margin on his teammate and Verstappen. But he does need a box now because these mediums have had it.
Charles Leclerc.
And here comes Charles then for his final stop of the day. He'll come out in P3. What's his pace going to be like at the end though here? 1.9 second stop. That's very handy indeed. And Max is being held up again maybe there, was he? I think he might have been. But there goes your race leaders. They're past Leclerc already. Leclerc exits the pit lane now, so as I say, he's got a good 10 seconds to find. But let us go and find it, I say, Charles.
Copy.
Oh dear, he's got... That's not ideal, is it? He's got some traffic there as well. So yeah, he's got about 10-12 seconds, Charles. So we'll see. That looks like a bit too much to do. But we shall see if he can do it. Big Manning, thanks for the follow. Much appreciated. So Verstappen has got 1% better tyre life than us at the moment.
Copy.
This traffic really needs to get out of the way. Quick time. This is the Ferrari of Perez and the Haas of Ocon. Come on, Perez, out you get. No. Blue flags, anyone? Blue flags? Yes, it is the first race of the season. And we'd love a blue flag. What is this about? Oh, this is just ridiculous. Move out of the way, Sergio.
Copy.
Oh, oh my god, what are they doing now? The Haas started moving out of the way first. Oh my goodness. That's just lost us another couple of seconds. Ocon started moving out of the way before Perez, and Perez still doesn't want to move out of the way. Oh, that's absolutely wrecking Charles's race. He might as well go standard for now. Just going to burn those tyres up, whilst Perez just obviously does not want to get out of the way. So much traffic now. Right, Perez has finally moved out of the way. But yeah, he's now 14 seconds. It's going to be too much for Charles. The two-stopper is always risky around here. He did start second, so should still secure us a podium. Oh, the Williams thought about checking back in on the racing line, but Verstappen follows through with Antonelli. Max has now used 1% more than us. Kimi Antonelli has won in Monaco, may I remind you, in 2026 and 2027. This would be 3 years in a row for Kimi Antonelli if he wins it today. You've got to say, right now, it's looking pretty good, and we can go standard through these parts of the track. And we can just start to burn up Max's tyres. We've now got a 1% better life. And we can manage this race well, I think, from here. 25 laps to go. I think, unfortunately, Charles is not going to be able to do much from back there now, is he? We'll see. We'll keep pushing him on. Keep pushing Charles on. A podium in his first race won't be too bad. As I say, it's not to his driving. It's us really trying different things with that two-stopper. Right, we get DRS on the Audi. And he gets out of the way nicely. Unfortunately, Max gets through nicely as well, but that's fine. So Verstappen still used just 1% more than us. But if you are jumping in the stream, if you haven't already, do a massive favour for me if you can and smash that like button. Super appreciated, really helps me out. Let me know in the comments if you are a fan of a real Formula 1. Can Max Verstappen win the title this year? He's getting closer, isn't he? As he is to Kimi Antonelli's rear wing here, but in real life he's getting close to those McLaren boys now. Right, what's Max's tyres saying now? He's started to push a little bit there, hasn't he? He's used 3% more now.
Confirmo l'attack.
And we'll just use a bit of deployment out of here.
Use overtake.
Copy.
Because Max has gone on the attack, I feel, here on this lap, but it's not worked out for him. And then we'll drop back to standard, back to neutral.
Down a bit.
Kimi Antonelli is the master of Monaco we've found in this series. And he's got 3% tyre margin now. Yeah, Leclerc, that gap is just really staying at 14 seconds for Leclerc, unfortunately.
Yeah, copy.
If McLaren bottle this driver's title, then it's probably one of the big spoil jobs in F1. Yeah, I agree, Tyler. I definitely think Max has a solid chance in real life, especially if McLaren have another moment in the sprint. Max would be right there. The interesting thing for me is McLaren have always been like it's a fair fight between Piastri and Norris. What if Max now gets into second place? So let's just say in a race or two, Max
doing a good job on
scores
that.
more than Lando, so he moves into second. Lando's third. Are they then going to say to Lando with 3 races to go, sorry, but you're going to have to protect Oscar? That's going to be very interesting, because the longer they now, although they are first and second, I know it's difficult to do, but Max is loving it because they're taking points to each other, and the longer they do that, it opens the door to Max. But McLaren have been poor the last 2-3 races. But Max has to be perfect. That's the only thing, isn't it? Max really needs to win every race. He can do it. We know, by God, we know he can do it. And in my mind, even though I'm a McLaren fan, it probably would be the greatest World Championship I've witnessed if Max wins it. Or at least one of them, I'd say. And that would hurt because I want McLaren to win it. Or one of the McLaren drivers to win it, but Max is coming. Vivek, hello. But yeah, if Max makes one mistake, yeah, that's the thing. That's the pressure for Max. If he has a DNF or he has a poor result somewhere with, what is there, 5 races left now? With, what is he, 40 points back or something? Yeah, he can't afford a bad result. So he just really needs to keep the pressure on. If the next 2 results go the way the last 2 or 3 has, it's going to get very spicy. What is this? This is F1 Manager. It's not real Formula 1. So Charles Leclerc is in a Maserati and he's in P3. It's Nave. Thanks for the follow. Much appreciated. Right, let's just have a look at tyre life then. So we've now got 6% on Verstappen. Could Leclerc close to Verstappen in the closing stages, though? That could be interesting. He's come to within 14 seconds now. I don't think he will. That Red Bull car looks back to its best yet. Well, the last couple of races, Max has turned into the dominant Max, hasn't he? Got to the front, and there's no catching him. But this is what I mean. You kind of need the McLarens to work together, because if they work against each other, neither of them are going to get a Drive Championship. But you can't really ask them to help one another when both of them can win the Drivers' Championship. So that's where Red Bull have just got it. They've got nothing to lose because they haven't got another driver to take points off Max. So it's all a bit of a muddle for McLaren. It would have been better for McLaren if they got to this stage and say Lando is 50, 60 points off Piastri, like it was last year with Lando, and they could turn around and help each other, but can't do that, I'm afraid, and that's the perfect scenario for Max. Where can I find F1 Manager? It's on console and PC, so the usual places you get games, I guess. Anthony, no, we don't need to go aggressive yet.
Reduce a bit the management.
Yes, Frank and Rodriguez, thanks for the follow. He's on fire, he will win. What do you think? I don't know, as I say, I think personally it will still be a McLaren driver, I think. I just think, I'm pretty sure it's 5 races left. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's 5 races left. There are sprints as well, though, of course. But yeah, I think McLaren have been off it the last couple of races. I don't think they're going to be off it for the whole rest of the season. So we'll see. I don't think Max will win it, but I do think it will be the gap now will be reduced. I think you could easily see whoever wins the championship, there's probably going to be 10 to 15 points between first and third when we get to the end here. Let's say I'm a McLaren fan, so I'd like it to be a McLaren driver. I'd probably swing more towards Oscar, to be honest with you, but I'd be happy with Oscar or Lando. But as I say, I'm not a Max fan, but I would, yeah. admire him if he won this championship. It'd be a hell of a championship to win for him. So do you think Oscar will win the championship? I hope Oscar will, but I must say I'm a little bit worried about Oscar's recent form. I don't know if this is his twin brother since the summer break, Oscar, but I don't know where Oscar from the first half of the season has gone. But it's not looking great for Oscar. The only good thing is he's got a lead in the championship, so, you know, he can come into next weekend or next race, and if I was Webber, his agent, or, you know, his people around him, I'd just be saying, look, we came into this season with 5 races left and we said you got a championship lead. Would you take it? Yeah. Well, let's just reset and attack these final few races. So that's how he's got to go about it. But he looks to have lost a bit of confidence, maybe a bit of faith in the team as well. But anyway, we've got 18 to go here as we're chatting away about real Formula 1. Yeah, it's going to get very tight and very tasty. Four remaining US happened. Yes, I think it's 5, Vivek. I think it's 5 races, if I'm correct. I may get these wrong, but I think we've got Mexico, Brazil, Vegas. What is it? Mexico, Brazil, Vegas, Qatar, and then we finish in Abu Dhabi. So yeah, I think there's 5 left. And is 1 or 2 of those sprints? At least one of those are sprints. So yeah, plenty of points up for grabs. If Max wins the next 2, then it's going to get very tight.
Yeah, copy that.
But anything can happen. Anything can happen. I do feel Mexico will, well, how the McLaren has handled this year, I would think Mexico would be better suited to McLaren, but who knows? And then Brazil, anything can happen in Brazil. Oh man, free obsessions, Lewis Ham Solo sounds for $1 billion man. Is Red Bull the fastest car now? In the hands of Max Verstappen, it looks like it. Darwin, thanks for the follow. Rezabel, thanks for the follow. Professor Joshem, thanks for the follow. Who would you say are the top 3 drivers on the grid right now? It's hard to tell because you've got to have the right machinery, but I mean, if you've got to go on what's right now, Max Verstappen clearly is number 1. It's hard because I don't think you can say Hamilton in top 3 because he's not proved it the last few years. If he was in a McLaren, would he? I don't know. It's a different story. So I think currently you got to say, I think top 3 on form, probably 4, but I think you got to say Verstappen, Piastri. I would have said at the start of the year, but yeah, kind of Piastri and Norris are quite equal. And then I'd put George Russell in there. I've been quite impressed with George this year. You know, came in as Lewis's teammate, done well while he's Lewis's teammate. Then there's all this talk of this, you know, next best thing in Kimi Antonelli to come in. And, yeah, he's just gone about his business well. I've been impressed with George. So I'd probably say those 4. Technically, you said 3, but I'm putting Oscar Piastri and Norris at an even keel at the moment. And throwing Verstappen and Russell in there. But there's loads of top drivers on the grid. If you said pure talent, I think Charles Leclerc. I think Charles Leclerc on 1 lap he can match Max. I think Max has definitely got better race pace, but Charles Leclerc is rapid, and I'd like to see him in a championship-winning car, hopefully next year.
Yeah,
Right, Verstappen, can he have a go on Kimi Antonelli here? He is going to have a go, you know, but he can't quite get it done. What's his tyres like now? Down to 60%.
Copy.
We can start to push a bit, I think, with Antonelli.
If you can, try to push more.
Copy.
Copy that.
What game is this? Is F1 Manager 24. Did Kimi already pit? Yes, Kimi's had a 1-stopper today. It's a game. Yes, it's a game. Fiorella, thanks for the follows. I wouldn't say Hamilton is top 3 anymore. Yeah, it's hard to say because, as always is the case with Formula 1, they're not in equal machinery. But with Lewis, you have to compare him to his teammates in George and Charles the last couple of years, and I think they've both had the beating of him. There's a bit of traffic for Antonelli, which is an Aston Martin. Is he getting out of the way for Max here? Yeah, he is, unfortunately, because that might have been a chance to break the DRS there. What mod are you using? It's the 2025 mod. So I think it's Overtake GG. If you go over there, there's a full 2025 mod. All right, get out of the way, Mercedes, please. Is this our old teammate? It is Franco Colapinto. Right, do us a job here, Franco. We treated you right at Maserati. Now hold Max Verstappen up for us.
All okay on tires for the moment.
Copy.
Oh, he's getting out of the way. But Antonelli has got 1.7, chat. This could be the moment for him.
Try to increase the lift off.
Copy.
Angie, Gabrielle, Michelle, thanks for the follows. Gulu, thanks for the follow. Even though I love McLaren, I'd have to say George. I don't know why I went French for George there. It's because Charles was coming up. Although, yeah, I went all French for George. I'd have to say George, Charles, and Max probably my top 3. Yeah, I wouldn't put Charles in there for this year. But if you're saying who do I think's got the best potential on the grid, or right, if we put them all in equal machinery, who do I think would be the top 3? I think it would definitely be Max. I do think it would be Leclerc. And then for the third, as I say, I think it's a toss-up really between George, Lando, and Piastri. Sainz, I think, isn't quite that level. I know Sainz got a lot of fans, but I think Sainz is just below that level, in my opinion. I think he's a good number 2 driver in a top team would be Sainz. Albon obviously had his time at Red Bull. I'd love to see him in a top team to see what he could do. I do rate Albon, but yeah. I think the top 2 out and out pace, I would say Charles and Max, but Charles has not really had the machinery to prove it the last couple of years. Anyway, am I running out of fuel or anything here? Because I am rattling on. I'm not paying attention. But Antonelli's got 3.6 seconds. Yeah, fuel is good. Yeah, so Kimi Antonelli, lap 66. We have opened that gap on Verstappen. It's 3.7. We're using the pace of the car now. It looks like Kimi Antonelli is going to go back to back to back at Monaco and win here 3 years in a row. Leclerc got within 10 seconds of Verstappen. I don't think he's going to close much more than that, chat. So will be a double podium to start the year. Lawson is still battling Piastri, but the top 3 have been in a class of their own, haven't they? Look, they're 25 seconds past Piastri.
Okay, fine.
Only the top 8 haven't been lapped. It looks like Russell, Behrman and Norris might be lapped by the end of this race. So the pace of the leaders been absolutely phenomenal. There's Antonelli on the track map. There's Russell, Behrman and Norris. Will they get those 3 before the end of the race? Is it AI? It's a game. It's F1 Manager 24. Michelle, Robbie, T. Cynic and Fabiana, thanks for the follows. Much appreciated. And if you haven't already, do smash that like button. Of course, do follow or subscribe. Robotech, thanks for the follow. If you go back to F2, George beat Lando and Albon by a pretty decent margin. Yeah, but I guess people evolve and develop at different stages, don't they? But yeah, I think George does get a lot of, not necessarily hate, but I don't think I think maybe it's just how he carries himself personally. He's not appreciated as much. But he does a good job. But yeah, I can't see it happening for Lewis now, unfortunately. I think, you know, age catches up with everyone. I think, unfortunately, it's become that time now for Lewis. He's not done enough against his own teammates to prove otherwise for me. I know people get in for tit-to-tat and, you know, not developing the car in his style and all of this, but First person you've got to beat is your teammate, and it wasn't like he was convincingly beating George, and he's not doing the same with Charles, so... do you think I'm your biggest fan? I don't know, Mr. Lotman, hopefully. Your top viewers on TikTok at the moment, you are in P1. James Twig is in P2, it tells me. And Juan Curie is in P3, so there you go. You're in P1 for that. I think George doesn't really show up in the media in the same way as the other top driver and just does his job without really getting noticed a lot. Yeah. I don't think George has got the fan base as many of the others, has he? I think that's the thing. There's a lot of fan noise about Max, Lando, Oscar, but George, I don't think, has got that fan base. What's R2? Thanks for the follow, Robotech. I think I said that one. James Twig coming for P1 now. Oh, James has moved into P1. And Mr. Lockman's been overtaken into P2. Right, 10 laps to go, chat. I don't think there's much to do, although Leclerc is in 6.4 seconds of Max Verstappen. Could it happen? Could it happen, chat? We're really burning up these tyres. It's not the best way to go about things, but... ...6 seconds with 10 to go. Last lap, nearly 2 seconds quicker. Did Max have traffic, though? Where are you, Mr. Verstappen? He did. He had 2 cars, so that's probably why it looks a little bit better than it probably truthfully is. Antonelli, let's just calm down a bit with him, because he's got a 10-second lead. Antonelli's going to win this quite comfortably, isn't he? Well, I say comfortably, 10 laps to go. We could get a safety car or a red flag, of course, and that will really change it up. Oh, Leclerc! No! Oh, Charles! Oh, I can't believe it. I've just cursed him. Charles Leclerc! Lock up!
I am stupid. I am stupid.
You are stupid, actually, Charles. I'm gonna have to be harsh with you there, Charles.
As for the team back in the garage, that was a tough moment to watch.
He loves a Monaco crash, does Charles. Has that done a safety car then? It's a virtual, that's fine. I mean, it's not fine that Charles in the wall, but causing a safety car would...
Watch out your data.
Wow, what a way to start is... We were really attacking on those tyres. As I say, it's not the best way to go about it, but we were trying to get to Max Verstappen. I wasn't expecting him to have a massive lockup, I must be honest.
And while all that was happening, the crew in the garage...
He cannot believe... He's looking around. Is everyone as shocked as me? No, not really. But he's shocked. Leclerc's out. Debut for Maserati. And going for P3. It was a comfortable P3. Could have been P2. And Charles Leclerc is out of this race. And Antonelli's going to get a big advantage on his teammate in race 1 then. Are you on YouTube? Yes, we're on YouTube. If you're watching on TikTok, head to my profile. In the bio, there's a YouTube link, and you can click over and subscribe over there. We have all the live streams as well as all of our episodes. So do head over to YouTube and subscribe. And James and Mr. Lockman battling out. James has moved back into P1. Lockman P2. Cannot believe that, chat. Leclerc crashes out on his Maserati debut. And as I say, the only saving grace if it's a virtual, because it could have meant Max got right back behind us and closed that 12-second gap. Virtual is ending.
PSC ending.
We just turned down attack on Antonelli, not to risk things, but I thought Leclerc could deal with it. But clearly he couldn't. And Leclerc is out of this race. And Colapinto in the Mercedes, our old teammate, as he runs wide, as we talk about him. We nearly cursed Colapinto as well. Looks like he's going to get a point on debut for Mercedes now, thanks to Leclerc crashing out there. That's promoted him to 10th, and Mick Schumacher's 25 seconds behind him. We have lapped Norris, so the only cars not lapped now is Lawson, Piastri, and Verstappen. And we won't quite get to Lawson, so that has been incredible pace out front, hasn't it? Just joined what happened to Leclerc. Leclerc has just locked up and gone into the barriers at turn 1, and Charles Leclerc is out of this race. I mean, he was going well before the crash. Yes, smaller fry. At least we'll have to speak to Leclerc and try and big him back up after the race. Say, look, it was all going well before the crash. You clearly got the pace, Charles. Let's get back out there and fight for this championship. But it does give points to Red Bull, of course, now, because it promotes Lawson up to B4. He was a slow starter last year, Lawson. Is that Norris on our tail? Yeah, Norris is not taken too kindly of being overtaken there. What we don't want now is Norris locking up and taking Antonelli out. The next live is on Friday. So it'll be Friday. Every Tuesday and Friday, typically, unless there's a change where I can't make it. Of course, we have 2 episodes a week on YouTube as well. So any love and support on YouTube, likes on the episodes is much appreciated. And as I say, if you're watching on YouTube, you can check out the Maserati playlist in the playlists. If you're watching on TikTok or Twitch, head to my profile. In the bio, there is the YouTube link. Head over to there, subscribe. And as I say, you can check out the Maserati playlist. Over 50 episodes in there now, with over 3 seasons worth of content. Cajon, sorry if I'm butchering that. Thanks for the follow. What's your team? What's your team name? Team name is Maserati. I'm really scared that Norris is going to lock up or something. I don't want him there.
Copy.
Yeah, so we are Maserati. So one of the first teams, well, they first raced, they were a team that raced in the first ever Formula 1 race, Maserati. And we've brought them back to the F1 grid.
Tires update.
What's the gap? Top view is Mr. Lockman on 15, James Twigg in P2 on 13, Juan Curie in P3 on 9. But yeah, look at this pace. Maloney's been lapped twice. Everyone up to Lando and P5 has been lapped once. Verstappen's going to finish 10 seconds behind, and then Piastri and Lawson 44 seconds. Leclerc was obviously in that, but it reminds me a bit of Lewis and Verstappen in 2021, where they were within 10-15 seconds of each other, and everyone else was about 40 seconds down the road. James, who's first in the championship? This is the first race, so technically no one is, but it will be Kimi Antonelli. You do get a point for pole, so Max would have got the point for pole, and he'll get 18 for the race, so they'll have 19 in total, and we'll have 25. So it will be Kimi, and well, I say it will be Kimi. We don't want to curse him as well.
3 laps to go.
He's just got to keep it on the track now. Your team faster in this save. Not sure who's the fastest team is, because first race 2028, but it looks like it is Maserati and Red Bull again. Right, 3 laps to go. Let's just get them home. We've got plenty of fuel here that we're not pushing. Can push on that because we won't run out now. Kimi Antonelli then is starting this last lap. Let's jump on board then with Kimi on the final lap of this race. Max Verstappen has got within 8 seconds. He's obviously pushing a bit, but he's too far back. As we exit the tunnel, back into the light, and Kimi Antonelli just has half a lap to go now. His teammate is the man from Monegasque from home. But Charles has had a depressing race at home. He's crashed again in Monaco. But his teammate, Kimi Antonelli, is becoming the king of Monaco. He's won here in 2026. He won here in 2027. And he's going to go back to back to back. And he's going to win again in 2028 as he emerges from the final corner. He heads to the finish line, and Kimi Antonelli wins again in Monaco and the first race of 2028. His championship rival from last year, Verstappen, is right there with him, though, in P2. It looks like those two are going to go head-to-head again with Charles Leclerc, hopefully in the mix. Charles was there. It looked like he might have chased down Verstappen before that crash. But they were in a league of their own, really. Piastri, 37 seconds back. Lawson, a further 8. And the rest of the grid were lapped. Our pace was incredible. Antonelli wins the first race of the season. Leclerc, though, crashes out. Kiki, thanks for the follow. Much appreciated.
Karun, what a brilliant drive.
And there he is then. Kimi Antonelli, say the king of Monaco now. He's won here 3 years in a row. He loves it.
The driver, the pit wall, and the whole team for that win.
And if you haven't already,
Love
that
to see
deserves
this.
a like on the
The
stream at
whole
least.
team celebrating this magnificent result. Well, Kareem, how do you think they'll be feeling in the team garage? at the
Pace
end
was
of
mad
that?
throughout the race, yeah.
They'll be
We had mad pace.
absolutely delighted to have
Verstappen
picked
and
up
our
the
two
win here.
drivers.
What a great
As I say,
outcome
in
that
a
is
league
for
of
the
their
team.
own. But let's have a look then. It's not going to be much change in the championship because the championship will look like this, apart from Max having an extra point starting on pole gets you a point. So instead of 18 points on the next screen, he'll have 19. Just Video, thanks for the follow. So Kimi Antonelli wins it, up from P3 on the grid to win it. Max finishes second, started on pole, and Leclerc, who started second, crashes out. Piastri up 2 to finish third. Liam Lawson started fourth, and he finished fourth. Lando Norris up 2. Ollie Behrman gets a good start in the Williams. He finished where he starts as well in P6. George Russell up 10 in his Ferrari. That's a good result. Carlos Sainz in P8. Pierre Gasly in P9. Aston Martin scoring points early on. I think they were towards the back. I think they finished 9th or 10th last year. So good start for Aston Martin. And Franco Colapinto, the driver that's been in our car for the last 3 years, has scored a point on debut for Mercedes. So nice to see Franco getting a point on the first race of the season. As I say, the points for the drivers will be exactly the same as this, except Verstappen should have 19 points. And as we see it there, so we're exactly the same on the drivers. Constructors, a Red Bull take the lead though because Leclerc crashed out, so Lawson's points added to Verstappen's gives them 31 points. Maserati and McLaren start on 25. Williams take a nice 8 points from the first race. Ferrari 6 points with Aston Martin. Mercedes 1 point, and 4 teams not scoring today, but plenty of chances as we've got a 19 race season. And as I say, we're doing the European season first, so Monaco today is the season opener, which is a bit of a strange one as the season opener, but we thought we'd change the calendar about. And the next two are Italian back-to-back. So it's Monza, I believe, and then Imola. Fastest pit stop, no change there, though. We dominated this last year, and we get the fastest pit stop today, and we take 25 points. So we like that indeed. Antonelli hits his target as well, but Leclerc won't because he crashed out, which is not great to see. And our head of aero, Alessandro Sinelli, has gone up to 86. We like that. We like that indeed. But that will bring today's stream to a close. So if you haven't already, please do me a massive favour before I touch out here and give me a like on the stream. It does really help the channel, promotes it further, and it is super appreciated. And as I say, if you haven't already, do follow or subscribe on your relevant platform. As I mentioned earlier in the stream, if you've watched on YouTube, do check out the full Maserati playlist over there. And if you've watched on TikTok or Twitch, you can head to my profile in the bio, click the YouTube link. Please subscribe over there. And as I say, not only are the live streams there, but we have 2 episodes in this series every week. So you get a lot more content and you get just the race highlights rather than the full race. So do head over and check those out. But other than that, it's really to recap that race. And well, I think we have to say that's a good race to start with because we won it. Kimi Antonelli 3 years in a row. I believe it's 3 years in a row in Monaco. Let's just double check that. So previous race results, historic winners. Yeah, there we go. And look, the man before Kimi is our current driver. So Charles won it in 2025, but Kimi Antonelli has won it 3 years in a row for Maserati. So he absolutely loves Monaco and he wins the opening race of the season. But as I say, the other side of the garage, not great for Charles. He had good pace, and it was going well until he crashed out. So I think he will be a closer teammate, of course, to Kimi this season than Franco, but not a great start for Charles Leclerc today. But yeah, as I say, it's an Italian double-header. We go to Monza, then Imola next. So it's all going to be European races to begin with. Then we head to a little American stint, America and Canada. Then we've got Brazil, Bahrain, Saudi, China, Singapore, and the last 2 races are going to be in Australia and Japan. But yeah, tale of 2 garages today. Leclerc, very depressed, I'm sure. First race of a new team, crashing out on his home race. He's going to need a bit of pick-me-up. But Kimi Antonelli wins again in Monaco, and he leads the championship with 18 races to go. All for me to say is thanks for checking in. I really do appreciate the support. As I say, if you haven't already, do follow or subscribe. And if you like what you see, we stream this every Tuesday and Friday. So we will be back on Friday as we continue this Maserati F1 Manager series, and we